Today, we're diving into a powerful concept that gets misunderstood all the time: equanimity. You know, a lot of people think it's just about finding inner peace, but what if it's actually something way more strategic? What if it's a tool? So let's just get right to it. When you hear the word equanimity, be honest. Does a part of you think it's just a fancy way of saying, I give up? You know, like someone who's just decided they don't care anymore? It's a really common take, but as we're about to see, it couldn't be more wrong. And that really gets to the heart of what we can call the indifference myth. This is the popular idea that equanimity means you're just emotionally flat, that you're passively resigning yourself to whatever life throws at you, good or bad. I mean, is that really the goal, to just accept things even when they're awful? To find happiness by just lowering your standards for life? Honestly, that sounds a lot like defeatism. And that kind of giving up, that feeling of powerlessness, well, that can even be a sign of depression. It's the absolute opposite of what we're aiming for here. So, to really blow this whole myth of passivity out of the water, we need to talk about something called the water buffalo warning. Trust me, this is a total game changer for understanding what this is all about. You gotta love this quote, right? Beware the equanimity of a water buffalo. It just paints such a perfect picture. You can see it. The water buffalo just standing there in the mud, totally unbothered. But that's not wisdom. That's just a dull, passive, almost defeatist state of mind. And that is exactly what we want to avoid. And this example just nails it. Think about it. If a huge storm comes and rips the roof right off your house, you don't just sit in the rain and go, well, guess this is my life now. No way. That's water buffalo thinking. A human being gets up, gets to work, and fixes the roof. It's all about skillful action. So you see, we're really talking about two totally different things. On one hand, you have the water buffalo version. It's passive, it's dull, it's what's called small-hearted. But on the other hand, you have skillful equanimity. And that is active, it's discerning, it's persistent, and it's large-hearted. It is a dynamic strength, not some kind of weakness. So how do we start thinking about it in this new way, as an active skill? Well, the source gives us a couple of fantastic analogies from some pretty high-stakes jobs: the doctor and the soldier. These examples show us that equanimity isn't some vague spiritual idea. It's a practical, professional tool. Okay, so let's lock in the real definition. Skillful equanimity is an active, purposeful quality of emotional stability. But, and this is the most important part, it has to be combined with other things, like discernment, persistence, and goodwill. It doesn't work on its own. It's not a solo act. All right, first analogy, the doctor. Picture a surgeon in the middle of a complex operation. Of course they need compassion and goodwill for their patient, but they can't afford to waste emotional energy panicking about things they can't fix. Their composure, their equanimity, is what allows them to stay calm and focus all their skill and energy exactly where it can make a difference, on what can actually be healed. And our second analogy, the soldier. Imagine a soldier in a long, drawn-out campaign. They're going to face setback after setback. If they got emotionally wrecked by every single one, they'd burn out and be defeated in no time. So their calm isn't about giving up the fight. It's about conserving their mental energy, maintaining their stamina, so they can adapt and ultimately find a way to win the battle. It's about playing the long game. And this gets us to the core idea here, thinking of equanimity as a strategic advantage. See, it's not some blanket mood you're supposed to be in all the time. It's a tool you apply with precision. It's all about knowing where and when to invest your most valuable resource, your mental and emotional energy. And this is where it gets super practical. Think of this as your playbook. You use equanimity for the stuff you genuinely cannot change, the results of past actions, grief over what's already happened, things that are truly beyond your control. You're not fighting a battle you can't win. But you absolutely do not apply it to your choices right now. Not to problems you can and should fix, and definitely not to unskillful states like greed. With those, you engage. You don't just passively accept them. And let's be crystal clear about something. This is not about becoming a cold, distant robot. The goal isn't to stop caring about other people. It's actually the opposite. It's about getting yourself off that wild emotional roller coaster so that you're in a much stronger, more stable position to genuinely help. So when you put this all together, what's the ultimate payoff? What's the whole point of developing this strategic calm? Well, it all boils down to one simple, powerful thing: having energy for what actually matters. This quote right here, this is the heart of this entire explainer. Save your energy for the things that can be changed through present action. It's a principle of conservation. Don't waste your precious, limited strength fighting the past or wrestling with things you can't change. Instead, you funnel all of that power into your choices and actions right here, in the present moment. So, in the end, what is it? It's a tool for the long haul. It's your secret weapon for stamina and balance. By helping you avoid overreacting to every little bump in the road, it allows you to just keep going, to persist on the path toward your goals without getting completely burned out. And that brings us to the final thought, which is really a question for you. Take a second and think about it. Where in your own life are you spending energy on things that simply cannot be changed? And more importantly, what could you accomplish if you took all of that energy and redirected it toward the things you actually can?